Hi guys, Happy New Year. I thought for the first video of the new year we might swatch this shimmer palette. So this has been quite a requested video, and this is kind of housing the overflow from my 60 half pan palette that we kind of recently swatched. So I had hoped to kind of fit more colors in there, and yeah, so the kind of overflow from that has ended up in this little Schmincke palette. And I really love these little palettes for, either to create its own palette or to use as kind of a complement to another palette. So this little one here is really nice to be able to pull out with some of my other larger palettes, and just kind of has these additional shimmer colors. You can see here I'm showing you as well, this is my little stash of extra colors. And Rosie, are you all right? And so yeah, I was at the beginning of this video, I kind of wasn't exactly sure how to configure this. By the end of the video, we finalized the palette together. So okay, so I just left you on music there while I got Rosie a drink. But so you can see that I have just wet the half pans. A lot of times sparkle colors do need a little bit more time to re-wet, like you can see here. Once they're first wet, they may not kind of have that strength that you're looking for, so just give them a minute to kind of wet. But the first one we swatched there, that is my color I make. It's Mermaid Rouge. It's something like a quin pink or a magenta with kind of like the Daniel Smith hibiscus, like an interference lilac or something. This one here as well is my color. This is, I think, like a pink pipestone with white and like a magenta. So I'm not entirely sure what that was. It might have been a trial, or I can't remember. This one here is from KJDesignsbyKaren. Her colors are really beautiful for re-wettability. So if you are looking for colors that you can just kind of stroke the brush across and they are activated and ready to go, they are a really nice one. So that was Bubblegum. It's just a beautiful pink color. This is one of hers as well. This is like got more, I think it's got more glitter in it. So this one is called Disco, something like that. And yeah, you can see, again, I love these colors for adding on top of, you know, watercolors and mixing with other things. So this one here is from, it's a shop I Julia K. I think they all have kind of similar names. So this is Julia K. And you can see, so this is Fira, and this is a beautiful neutral on its own, and then she has kind of put confetti through the watercolor, so it's really lovely. I like this color on its own and as the confetti color as well. And then this one here is Green Leaf and Blueberry Swiss Violet Earth. Again, you could see like the granules in it. So that's just a beautiful neutral with actual granules, which I love. This one here is KJDesignsbyKaren. This is her chocolate. So just a beautiful deep, I think there was a bit of green on the cup. There's not green in this color, but yeah, it's just a really beautiful, deep, kind of rich color. And then this one here is pretty, I think. It's kind of like, looks more like her soft, like a really powder pink, but it's a little bit more like of a lilac colour. Okay, this one is Buttermilk, also by KJDesignsbyKaren. This is kind of a cream, like pearlescent pigment. So it's got, you can see, I actually should have put it next to pearlescent white. It actually looks more cream than white. And then this one here is from Little Reverie Studio. This is Lemondrop. So it's a beautiful one, like a lemon yellow mixed with a pearl white. And yeah, I really love like just the brightness of it. This one here is the Ocean Paper. This is Fire Coral. So I don't have an orange in some of my other palettes, the kind of larger ones, and I wanted to pop this in to give me that option, you know. If I pull this out as kind of a complementary palette, I was thinking about things that I don't have in the other palettes that I might like to use. You can see when you add more water, you get a really peach, like a beautiful soft peach, or you could also add white. This one here is from a new shop. This is MABWatercolors, and I think this is Margarita. Okay, this one is also from MABWatercolors, and this is from the Planet series. This is Venus. I love her Planet series ones. And yeah, this one here is a Holbein one. This is Compose Green. I used to have this in palettes quite a lot, so I thought it'd be nice to just pop that in there. It's a really nice minty green. And then... And you can see here as well, like when I do the swatches, I am kind of watering out one side, but adding more pigment in on the left there to get the more intense color. And then this one here is Avacado by KJDesignsbyKaren. So this is a really vibrant, like a lime green or like a spring green with a sparkle. And off the top of my head, I don't really know like where I would use this in a painting, but I really like the idea of having some of these kind of surprise colors that you can use in kind of unconventional ways. This one here is called Minty or Misty. This is from KJDesignsbyKaren. It is one that you guys often ask about when I swatch it, and it comes out, I think it comes out sort of a little bit maybe bluer than, it's a bit of a sort of a mint green sparkly one. This one here is also from KJDesignsbyKaren. This is called Aureum or something like that, and it's like almost a black, it looks kind of like a dark green, but it's almost like a black with a sparkly, like the duochrome lapis sunlight, that kind of a sparkly green. It's really, really pretty. And then this one here is another one from the Planet series from MABWatercolors. This is Earth. The Aureum one I wanted to get in the palette. I wasn't sure how to fit everything in again that I wanted to, but you'll see by the end how I figure that out. This one here is the Gallo Copper. This is a bit like the Daniel Smith Sleeping Beauty turquoise, so just a really pretty kind of soft turquoise. When you water it out, you can get this really, really nice powder blue. And this one here is, I actually thought this was a blue sparkle color, so I was shocked when I swatched it, and it's very, very purple. So in the half pan it looks quite a nice blue. But the name I think is Viola, so it does make sense that it's a violet blue. But then this one here is from Little Reverie Studio, and this is called Mage's ink, I think. And this one also is a bit more purple leaning than I thought, but it's, when it dries, it's got a little bit more of that blue in it. I really do want like a kind of a blue in here. So for now, that's the one that I kept in the palette. Yeah, but I do like them both. It's just like for this palette, you know, what I'm looking for. So yeah. So what I ended up doing, I think I show you in a minute. I really wanted to keep this little shell silver in this palette, but I ended up not being able to fit it in, so I think it's going to go back in the palette that I took it out of. But I just wanted to have a little play and kind of mix some of these colours. I only did a couple because I've just been very limited for time. You can see here this is the Violet Earth with the kind of pretty, the kind of pinky one, and then I'm adding a little bit of this. So this is something like, you know, you could mix like a Sedona, like a burnt sienna with white, and then add a little bit of a pink, like a quinacridone rose or something like that as well. You can see here, like, I'm just adding little bits and pieces of things. But what was I going to say? When just about not having much time. When my iPad is the device that I use the most, and 75% of the battery, it tells you kind of where you're using the battery, and it's almost always on 75% is for iMovie, just editing videos. So yeah, I wanted to do a little bit more with mixing these and doing a little bit more with painting, but I just have not had time, so I apologize for that. But if there's something that you would like to see mixed from any of my palettes, if you've been thinking like, I wonder what this or this would look like, I would love to do a video like viewer's choice mixes or something like that. So if you want to see things mixed or swatched, you can let me know. You can see here I'm also doing very soft and kind of just small amounts of mixing here. I will list below like what I'm mixing as well, but yeah, these colors I'm always a bit hesitant to use a lot because you do end up going through them quite quickly. So yeah, but I do really recommend all these shops. I'll list them below, and yeah, I really love you'll see kind of in on the channel, and even like with the Matryoshkas we've just done, I love adding the sparkle kind of towards the end of a painting, just to give that little bit of surprise shimmer to the painting. So okay, so you could see the kind of palettes there that I will use this with. So if I'm using one of those, I can just pull out this kind of smaller palette. I've really been kind of preferring to do that. instead of kind of ending up with so many palettes open. But yeah, this here is the Little Shell Silver. This is from Jackson's Art, and this is what I wanted to kind of fit into this palette, but I think it's going to have to go somewhere else. But yeah, you could see how grey that was there versus the Buttermilk next to it. And yeah, that is about it for the palette. I also wanted to catch you up on a few things from the last video. So we talked about using planners for art, kind of how I do that, and how I'm kind of incorporating little bits of art into my planner. And I'm just kind of showing you as well, like how I have been using it so far. So got a little bit of the Christmas tree in there, and also kind of talking you through what I'm going to do for the new year. So last year we did the Colour a Day project. Last year was such a big year, surprising year. There were a lot of things that were unexpected, especially Millie took quite a lot of time, and yeah, so anyway, it was very baby steps last year. I could not get a lot done. I was always trying to figure out how to fit things into small amounts of time. But this year I want my kind of beginning year project to be about emblems and working back on those. So you can see here I've got out my part of the printables, so I'll link this below, but I will be kind of using these in my planner, swatching, like not swatching, but you'll see here, like I've just cut some out and stuck them in. I will be kind of using them to trace, or using them just as inspiration to draw from. I'll definitely show you more in upcoming videos, but yeah, this is kind of the thing that I will be doing. I probably won't do another video for maybe 2 weeks, so I just wanted to let you know that if you're looking for a beginning of the year project. You can see there that I've folded this up. I cut it out, I folded it up, and I have just stuck the one kind of flap onto the book there, so that I can fold that back up, and then I can flip it out and kind of write some journaling in there as well. So I just have also been really thinking about like old letters and things like that. So I did get a message from one of you the other day about that you have been having great success in putting graphite on the back of the matryoshkas and then using that to trace. So I think that's a great tip as well. You can do that with the emblems, like here, like this large emblem, you could do that here. And usually when I'm doing something like that, like I'll just kind of put the graphite around where the emblem is, like not cover the whole back of the paper. But yeah, so I wanted to also do a little bit of a reflection of 2024. This year has had some really wonderful and unexpected kind of surprises, this being one of them, our new puppy Millie. But it also came with a lot of kind of things that needed to be reorganized, rearranged, and we have spent a lot of time on dog training and kind of how to help her. And yeah, it has taken quite a lot of energy from everyone. So yeah, she was nearly 5 months old, and she had never really had a name, she wouldn't come to the name that they gave us for her. You know, she didn't really understand, I think, that just the concept of like being part of a family, which most puppies, you know, it's kind of this immediate thing, and it really took her a long time to settle in, to figure things out. And anyway, so it was quite a big challenge. I feel like but then there were also like a lot of unexpected things, like flowers that we focused a lot on painting flowers this year on the channel, which was really nice. We also planted quite a lot of flowers last year, kind of in autumn, and so hopefully this year and in a few months we'll get some really beautiful ones to work on next year on the channel as well. I dropped out of art in year 12 at high school because I didn't know what to paint, and I finally feel like I know what to paint, but I just have not had any time. So this year has been a lot about trying to figure out, if I only have small snippets of time, how can I still make them work? Like how can I get them to still do how can I still kind of grow and figure things out with art if I only have limited and small pockets of time here and there? So a lot of you have been with me on this journey, and I feel like we've all had quite a difficult few years. Quite a few of you have shared some of the really deeply personal and difficult things that you may have been going through. And so I just wanted to say that I'm really proud of all of us for the what we've been able to accomplish. I think that even just trying to be positive, keep going, and work through all these things is such a wonderful job that we've done. I was thinking about the philosopher Kierkegaard, and he has this kind of thing on 3 nights of faith, and the first one seems naive because they haven't seen the hardships of the world and the harshness and the cruel reality. And then you have the Knights of Infinite Resignation, who just want something. They're just resigned to kind of do, I guess, sort of what's right, or do things so that they get something at the end of it. And then you have the Knights of Faith, which he says have seen the hardships of the world. They almost look like the naive first ones, because they still try and be positive. They try and maintain these good qualities and hopes. And so it might look as if they haven't seen the hardships of the world, but they have kind of understood and witnessed how difficult it can be, but they still have hope and they still have faith. So I think it's just a really wonderful achievement that we've done this together. So I'm really thankful for you all from being here, and also I did launch the first class, and I am so thankful that you guys have loved it and enjoyed being a part of it. We went on a couple of excursions on the beginning of the course, which I haven't really shared here because I wanted to keep them kind of for the class. And I'm so glad that you have also enjoyed those. The other question that I've been getting is am I doing a shop update and kind of when. So I am shooting for the end of January, but it may be like 4 to 6 weeks, so it may be somewhere in kind of the beginning, middle of February. I've been thinking about if I have kind of some of the things ready, maybe doing kind of the shop update in 2 parts. So the souffle palettes will definitely take longer because each layer needs to dry, and yeah, they just take a long time to create. So they may take a little bit longer, but I may have some things ready for an update at the end of January and then do a few things a couple of weeks later. So that is my goal. Yeah, I think one of the things is as well as trying to be realistic in goals. Like I have probably 10 years worth of things that I want to do in 1 year. So anyway, I just wanted to say it's been such a lovely year, and I am so glad that you have been enjoying it with me as well. And I hope that this is a really lovely year for all of us. And I will see you. I think I may try and do the video in a week and a half on the Wednesday, or or the Saturday in 2 weeks. So somewhere in between there, I'll try and do a video update. Yeah, I think it will take that long to kind of organize what I'd like to do for the next video. So until then, have a really lovely couple of weeks, and I'll see you soon. Bye.